morning, Tyler.
Oh, why are you so awake? It's 10:14 in the morning. It's nap time.
You want to know why I am so awake?
Yes.
Because we are about to wake up the entire neighborhood, and if I wasn't awake, they wouldn't be able to be awake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in fact, some of our neighbors are already leaving because they know what's about to happen.
So today, my 2014 Porsche Cayman S is getting a new exhaust.
Who is that brought to us by?
Fabspeed.
So we are super excited to open up the box, to use our lifts, to put the car up, and use all of our years of professional training in Porsche mechanicking.
It's going to be awesome.
Before we take off the old exhaust, I feel like we need to bid it a fair adieu.
With the current one, we need some sound clips so you can hear the difference.
With all that said, let's hear it. I heard that people like cold starts as well, so let's get a cold start with the old exhaust.
What did you say right before this clip happened, huh?
I'm not really quite sure. I can't remember.
Let's get a cold start, and then you said something.
Ty, my brain is like an Etch-a-Sketch. If I shake it around too much, everything just goes away. You know that.
That's true.
I mean, to be fair, that's not really a cold start. It's a lukewarm start.
Yeah,
but
the engine's already at 100 degrees.
it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like a race car. It's really no secret that Tyler's car is loud naturally with the perfectly tuned Porsche factory exhaust, but I can't wait to hear what it sounds like when it's a little bit louder. I can hear him coming around now. This is old factory for the last time. Is it almost time to switch out tires too?
Yeah, a little bit.
The first step of putting the what could be either Tyler's personality or my personality exhaust on the car is to jack it up with these amazing Vevor lifts. I mean, we've used these a few times and they are really fantastic. We gotta take off these tires so that we can get to some of the exhaust bolts. And then I'm going to crawl underneath because, as you can tell, Tyler has also his mechanicking clothes on.
I am always dressed for the occasion.
He came very prepared.
Yes.
Let's take off these tires and get underneath the car, take off your old exhaust, and put on what can only be described as...
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
That's a great description. So the very first thing is we got the catalytic converters right here. We want to take off this bolt right here, and there's one on the other side. We preemptively put WD-40 on here.
Yep.
And with a 13 millimeter socket, we're going to take those off. We're going to do that on each side, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to go underneath the car and loosen up the other two types of bolts. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is take off this pipe right before the muffler. And this is holding onto a bracket down here. So we're going to take a 10 millimeter socket. You're supposed to use a hex thing,
Yep.
hex thing, but a 10 millimeter fits on there just perfectly. Take that off, and then we're going to go further underneath the car and take off one more type of bolt.
Yeah.
And then the last bolt that we want to take off is with a 15 millimeter socket. We're going to take these off. And what that's going to allow us to do is to take this pipe off here. We're going to slide it to one side or the other. And then this piece will come off because we will have it disconnected right here. And then we can get this pipe off up to the catalytic converter. Taking those all off, then you can watch us hopefully get everything out from routed out from underneath the car
He's a mechanic, not a speaker.
I'm mechanicking.
What's the first of the order of operations here?
I'm not really quite sure. I think I gotta do something with these hangers here still. Because they're tight on there.
Okay.
Maybe if I tap them with a hammer. But now everything is loose, as you can see. Like,
Oh yeah, the
we're off
exhaust
the
is
hangers
moving.
there. Maybe if we just take off this side over here first.
Yep.
This should rest on here still. And then maybe we can take it all off.
Yeah, it's more or less just going to come out the way that it's routed and then come down below. The thing is, right now it's connected to both sides, and we believe it might be easier to separate the two.
Because this is all connected, right?
Yep.
So all that we did here is take off a hanger.
Yep.
But I'm thinking if we can get this middle part off, it'll give us more articulation over here
Yep.
to pull off of there. So let's try that. I'm going to try to loosen this up a little bit, and we'll be right back. I think we almost got it tight.
Yeah, we do.
Look at this.
We got an exhaust.
Okay, so here is what we did. It is admissible to take off this, it's really an exhaust bracket. There's 4 bolts that come off very easily that are attached to the back of the transmission. And this is where the exhaust hangs onto here. If you take this off, everything just kind of falls down.
Which was very convenient.
And now I was just thinking as I was taking this apart, we should open up the box from Fabspeed that you got
To see what's in there.
to make sure that it is the right exhaust. I know it's your exhaust, but I'm doing all the work. So it just makes sense that I get to be the unboxer.
That's so.
What if this is like a steering wheel or something instead?
You might have some problems, as it looks like they might have stapled it as well.
Well, that's not the only problem I got. I mean, just naturally, I have problems. Look at this.
Nice.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Look at, oh, it's a very anticlimactic unboxing.
Quality assurance, though.
Nice.
All right, we got our new.
Those go between the
what are they
exhaust
called?
and the catalytic
What's the
converter.
technical term, you Porsche mechanic?
You're the Porsche mechanic, not me.
Exhaust gaskets. Some new bolts. And things I can throw at you.
I think that was heavier than you anticipated.
Oh.
Look at that.
Do. Fabspeed.
Let's get it on the car.
Okay, but hey, let's not show them the tips until we are all done. All right, so we took off this, what is actually an exhaust hanger bracket.
It's really big, and the only function it serves is to give us these hanging points for our exhaust.
So we think that we're gonna put this back on first.
Then assemble the exhaust one piece at a time.
But again, just because we're Porsche mechanics doesn't mean that we do this all the time. So we might be walking back some of our words. But if we put this back on, and then we're gonna start from the catalytic converters
Way up there.
and start working our way back. Is that our method?
Yep.
The new Fabspeed exhaust comes with 4 new nuts and 2 new exhaust gaskets, right? We're going to start from this end, hoping that this lines up with here. And we're going to very carefully stick that right there. And that
And then it
goes there. Now we're going to tighten these up equally and evenly, but we're going to leave them loose for right now. So just hand tight so that we can still maneuver things. We're going to do the other side. Then we're going to put on probably this side first. Put on the tips, slide it over so that we can get the other resonator in there. I think that makes sense. I am remembering from the Porsche manual of how to do this, and I'm pretty sure that's how you do it.
You sound really smart right now.
After we get that first pipe on, really loose, we put those hangers on these brackets here, right? They're not really hard to put on there, but you have to take off the bolt there. and then you can stretch them out a little bit and get them on the hanger, right?
Okay.
We feel that's the best, and then, of course, we're on the wrong side of the car. I'm going to slide this over this pipe, right?
Okay.
But on this side. So now it's like a little bit of a puzzle.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't you come over here?
Yeah, I'll come over here.
Okay, is there any way you can hold that pipe up just a touch?
I got it as much up as I can.
All right, so now there, we're in.
Yep.
In like Flynn, all right? That now we can just let hang down.
Yep.
And let's put the other one on.
Yep.
And then we'll put the tip over here,
Yep.
slide it all the way on, and hopefully we'll have enough room to articulate it up, and it will all just sit there.
Okay. Look at how graceful he got up to.
I mean, I'm a spry young little guy, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is really not difficult at all. It takes a little bit of time. I would say
It takes more patience than anything else.
and it's like 2 hours of work maybe if you're not trying to make a video. But this one here, again, we're just gonna slide that guy all the way in.
Yep.
And now we're ready to put on the tips. Are you ready to put on the tips?
I'm ready for the tip.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
You ready? Are we gonna show them what we got here?
Look at that. I got the satin black finish is what I chose.
What exhaust is this?
This is the Fabspeed Supercup exhaust for the 981 Cayman.
Should we put them in upside down?
Probably not.
Where's your sense of adventure, Tyler?
Not here, obviously.
All right. Now, if you slide this, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to need to loosen these up.
Okay.
But after a short break, we'll be right back.
We are right back in the exact same position as before.
I hope you enjoyed that short commercial break. So we're going to slide this one on here as far as it'll go. Start articulating it up. Bring the other one up.
It looks like you're going to have to rotate the tip portion downward or else it's going to get caught first. There you go.
There we go. Come on.
It's working its way in there. You almost got it.
And I need your assistance, but that's what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
But I need 2 more hands.
So what exactly did you run into that... How did you fix getting the 2 tips in there?
So what happens is you got to put the tips on one of the resonators, right?
Yep.
On one pipe. And then you got to like put the other pipe in there.
Yep.
There isn't a lot of lateral movement because they're on the hangers already.
Yep.
But what you have to do is just trust that it's not going to break. Force it a little
So
bit
what you're
more.
telling me is you just frickin' sent
But
it,
it's not,
and
it's
there.
not crazy, but it's like you do got to force it a little bit, and then it just pops right in. And now we're tight there. So we're going to tighten up the bolts by the
Yep,
catalytic
so we
converter.
haven't done these bolts. There's not even a bolt on this hanger yet. So catalytic converter, this bolt, and then we're going to tighten down the ones that connect the 2 pipes.
And then we're going to loosen up the tips
and pull them out.
Pull them out. How easy is this?
Easy peasy.
I know you say that I'm not a certified Porsche mechanic, with which you are categorically incorrect. But look at this exhaust here. I love the branding there. The resonators have good branding too. So you just got to make sure you tighten up these 2, tighten up the hanger, and then you have to tighten up the X-pipe tip piece.
Yep.
We are ready to roll. I wish that the tips could come out further.
Yeah, we tried to make them come out a little further, and they're kind of at the maximum distance.
So that is what it is. You get mostly hand-built exhaust, which has some...
Yeah, they're bending all the
in it.
pipes themselves, so just little inconsistencies equal that. But
Which is fine, but now we're going to put the winter tires on because, of course, we're doing mechanicking, so it can only mean that it is winter time.
it is partly cloudy and 36 degrees.
There are some clouds over there, but up here there's 0. 0% clouds, partly clouds. Let's put your winter tires on, start up this new exhaust, and see how is it like Tyler's personality, nice and obnoxious, or is it like me, calm, cool, and collected? It's all installed and back halfway on the ground. We're almost on the ground.
We have to be elevated to get it on the ramps.
All right.
Lift.
What do you think? Is it going to be crazy loud?
Yes.
Obnoxious loud, or just a really good loud?
Obnoxious.
All right. Hopefully it will fit your personality.
What doesn't?
I think it just sounds way better.
It's a lot louder, but way better.
Give her a little blipperoo.
The car's obviously cold. So that was like 2,200 RPM, and it popped in there.
Do it one more time. Let's go for a rip, Tater Chip. All right, we got the cold start.
Yep.
We're gonna do a flyby.
Yep.
But let's hear 2,500 is a little drony. But you just stay above that, Ty.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I love how it burbles the entire way down the rev range.
It sounds... Wow.
It's not obnoxious inside.
Inside it's not.
Outside, I think it might be obnoxious.
I think so too.
Let's give him some flybys and wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Good job. All right, I'll see you on the flyby.
Okay.
Wow, that livens up the car so much, and it's just as obnoxious as Tyler's personality. It's perfect. Okay, so I think you could probably hear him from a mile or two away. Is it too much? Some might say yeah.
Pretty loud?
I would say it is just as obnoxious as your personality.
Good. Do you think it's loud?
Yeah, this is perfect.
So what are your final impressions on this exhaust?
The official ear test is that inside the car, I think, is maybe louder than the outside. If it is not, I feel bad for the people on the outside of the car. It is pretty amazing. It was fairly easy, and we went with the Fabspeed what exhaust?
Supercup.
What do you think?
It's a lot.
It's loud, but a fun loud.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a good RPM. If you're going 30 miles an hour, sixth gear is about perfect.
If you're doing about 70, no gear's perfect.
Fifth gear is actually, I think, better than sixth.
Yes.
With that being said, I hope you guys liked our video.
Make sure to click like, comment, and subscribe.
We now have
A race car.
a race car. We'll see you next time.